Right, gamers, it's Shadowverse time. That's right. And this is going to be the Group A version. I did actually qualify for the final stage, so I'm very happy about that. For the Group A finals, I should say. I did lose once, but what we're going to do right now is collect. Well, we're going to go ahead and just check out the games. Now, I'm not going to show all five of them. I might just show like three or four or something like that. I just got to remember where to go again because I always forget. Replay. There we go. And surprisingly, if you look at my last five, which of course obviously was the Grand Prix, Gems of Fortune, a lot of different varieties here. I hit Runecraft twice, which I expected. Forestcraft being the one that I lost to, and honestly, I could see myself losing to. And Dragoncraft, so it was a little bit of variety, which was really interesting. Now, one thing I want to show you, I'm going to scroll up a little bit because that was what you see here on the top five was actually my second try. My first try was quite terrible. I lost to Shadowcraft three times. Yeah, of all classes, Shadow. I did not see that coming. Really awkward. All right, let's go over some of the wins though. And this is a very, very fun format. I actually like this a lot, and I'm glad that Side Games has come up with nice creative ideas to make this game fun. A little bit of break from the whole stress of being competitive and all that.
I assure you, the pleasure's mine. Shall we cross swords?
Alright, so as normal, I keep at least one Radiant Crystal, and I'm good. I don't have to try to get two or three. This is good enough. Also, the pre-release has started, so what's happened with the pre-release is you have the right to spend cash. You can't just use like, rubies or whatever. You have to basically spend cash on those little diamonds or whatever, and then use those to purchase packs, and then of course you could use them in practice mode or in solo mode. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. That's not what this is, by the way. Although one thing that I will say is I kind of wish that in the pre-release it was more similar to what Magic the Gathering does, Wizards of the Coast, because obviously those of you who know me well enough know that I played Magic the Gathering for quite a long time, and I used to go to a lot of pre-releases. And the way the pre-releases for your physical card games go is you actually go to a physical location. You pay however much it costs to get in. It's basically a tournament, but like a fun tournament. And so you get X amount of packs, and then you get to open them up. You build your deck, you play against other people, and the more you win, the more packs you get. That's basically how it works. I think that that's something they should have done here. Um, I'm not against them wanting to have us spend money. I mean, I'm okay with that. But what they should have done if they're going to make an actual pre-release is made it a format where those who decide to pay can play against other players. So you get to play, say, X amount of matches. We'll just say 10 matches, just as a magic number. So you play those amount of matches, and then for each win, you just get a free pack.
Just win.
Something like that. Or every two wins, you get a pack. However you want to do it. Because one, it gives everybody the opportunity to, use the cards and play the cards. But there's actually something you can somewhat do that's a little bit competitive. Now back to this particular matchup here. It's nothing special so far. Interesting that I got two temples of the Holy Lion. I thought that was really, really interesting. I considered trying to win with that, but it ended up not happening like that at all. Against Dragoncraft, you don't have to worry a whole lot, in my opinion. I think that the worst thing you have to be careful about is turn 10. Because on turn 10, they can play Lindworm and just smack you in the face for 10. So I would avoid anything that will put you automatically at 10 health. Because other classes can do that. And if you have to put yourself at 10, you better have some kind of a shield. But my hand's looking pretty strong right now. I've got Gene, Beacon of Salvation, really good board removal, Judge of Retribution, also good removal. I mean, we're looking pretty solid here. My ability to draw is pretty good.
Embrace your
But
demise.
yeah, I think that for the pre-release side game, should have did it to where like you could play random people like at a Grand Prix, so to speak. It could have been its own separate event on top of this. I'm not saying they should have replaced this with that because this is a good format that they need to keep. But they could have, on top of that, did a pre-release event too, or maybe time it the tournaments or the events differently, and it would have been a little more interactive.
What?
Other than that, I like the idea of the pre-release. I just think they kind of did it wrong. That's all. So obviously, at this point, I more or less won. I mean, they pretty much gave up. Because they couldn't really
Failed.
kill enough followers to not die. So there you have it. But yeah, Side Games, thank you for the pre-release of it. I'm not participating myself right now. My finances are not where I want them to be, so I strictly play this game for free. I have spent money before, as for random, just wanting to support, but right now just can't do it. So second matchup against, Runecraft.
I assure you, the pleasure's mine.
Now I'm starting to think
Stay
that
between my
I might
legs.
have been wrong on what the strongest class was for this. I was thinking it would be Runecraft, but I'm starting to think it might be Forestcraft. With being able to play multiple spells for free in a turn and then getting an ability off of, the second or third card you play, I think that's kind of huge for Forest to be able to do some broken stuff early. So obviously, just like I told you last time, you're getting rid of cards you don't want to basically put to get cards you do want. I get Dark Jeet a lot, by the way. She's okay. She's not bad, but I just typically get rid of her. I'm not saying I never use her, but if I get her this early, I usually throw her away. I also tried playing Portalcraft in this format. That was very awkward. I wouldn't recommend it. I did get a Destruction of Black victory with it. This was before Group A, by the way. I did get a win with, Omen of Destruction, but um, mm, I wouldn't recommend it. Because the thing with Portalcraft that makes it weird is you have the ability to put cards in your deck, which could make your deck weaker, or you could completely change your deck. You know, it's just weird. I don't know. The legendaries kind of clash with this format.
Carefully as the birds.
Just where are you looking?
A bird in flight worries me.
Alone again.
The earth beckons.
So obviously, when I saw I was playing against Runecraft, I mean, I knew that I was in for a match. I expect nothing less from Runecraft. As much as I love Heavenly Knight, I don't like him in this format. Even if I do get Summit Temple, it feels like you have to be lucky to get that, which is why I don't save it. Because I've had the beach separately, but never at the same time. So I tend to get rid of Heavenly Knight. Also, the new story arc is out as well. I love the story for Shadowverse. I absolutely love the story.
These golden wings will end you.
These golden wings will end you. Getting Holy Lord Ector is pretty good.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
Quite talkative for someone without a brain.
Stay away from the academy.
I feel slushy.
I feel slushy. That's just funny to me.
This sword can't be taken.
Might as well play Ector at this point. There's some damage you can get in. I probably should have evolved here to get more damage in there since I had 2 evolve crystals, but I have this problem of hoarding my evolves. I don't like to just use them, you know?
Show me thy true essence. Fear is the first step of worship.
When I saw that, I was a little intimidated because I thought, okay, so now they're going to find a way to force another card in their hand, making that evolve. That was my worry right here. I was like, they're going to wipe my board,
Fiction wasn't enough for you.
but apparently they didn't get what they wanted, and I got the win. Now we're going to go ahead and skip the match that I lost, just to make the video a little bit shorter, because I know some people don't like long videos. So the next match was actually against Haven, which I never actually had a Haven on Haven matchup that I can remember. So I was a little curious to see, what strats and, another decent player was going to do against me. And maybe I could learn from them. Because believe it or not, when you're playing card games, you tend to learn from your opponents.
I assure you the pleasure's mine.
Judgment will rain down upon you.
Of course, I got the one of Radiant Crystal in hand. Perfectly fine. You don't necessarily have to have a handful of Golden Legends to do well. Sometimes the basic stuff goes a long way. So getting a Salt Priest and Lemuria, I'm good with that. Also got the Holy Bell, or Golden Bell, excuse me. And I got Incandescent Dragon, which is also fantastic. I learned about that card in my losses against Shadowcraft. I got this, and it's actually really helped me to get a win against a different class. And then I played it against Shadowcraft in one of those matches I lost, and it did help me to get close to the victory, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. But this card is very, very good. You definitely want to keep one of these. Now, obviously, this hand looks pretty slow, but that's okay. I mean, Havencraft can be played slow, and you can be successful. So I got extra cards. I can get rid of Zikababa, first and foremost, the one card that's absolutely useless. And I got a second of that dragon, which I thought was really nice. Got a Jean, Beacon of Salvation.
No matter what, I'll shine.
So I got my late game pretty much getting set up here. I got a lot of control stuff, like turn 5 is going to be Assault Priest, turn 6 Evolve Lemuria, and then turn 7, Beacon
Lend me your power,
for Jean.
I won't lose to grief any longer.
At least that was the plan.
All I wanted was to be beautiful.
Alright, so as planned, you have Assault Priest,
Training in combat.
Prayer, Training, and Combat.
Just where?
Pretty easy target for
Get set
the kills here. Get a 2 first.
Your future.
Soul Priest is a very, very good card. One of my favorite cards right there, Holy Priest Lorena, which by the way, we're going to be losing after the rotation. I'm actually very sad. I'm going to miss using her, I really am. That makes me sad that I play her in rotation. She's literally like, her and Soul Priest are two of my favorite evolved followers in Haven. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, Lamonia is good, but she's expected to be good because she can evolve for free. You know?
I'll train harder for next time.
So far, everything that I planned on doing from turn 5 on up has went as I expected. Now, obviously, by turn 7, it's going to be a bit different.
Salvation circuits malfunctioning.
In my mind, I thought about playing Dragon turn 8.
Punishment.
Place your faith in my blade. Protecting Her Majesty from any menace.
So I actually took a minute to figure out what I was actually going to do here.
Don't tell me how to fight.
So I figured she would be my best bet for starters.
They broke through my guard.
Like I said, you gotta play control for a while before you actually start winning. And that's more or less what I've been doing this entire time. As you can tell, I haven't done a single point of damage to him.
Strong in the face of evil. Here's the dark.
I do like Unicorn Knight. Unicorn Knight's pretty good too. Of course, Mr. Holy Lord Hector himself. Getting in there. So this is where I can actually start dealing damage.
I shall guide you to
A
glory.
very good top deck for them. A very, very good top deck.
Pride of the Red Branch.
Another of God's trials.
And of course, might as well play the dragon.
I shall guide you to glory.
I was like, man, another one. And this right here is where saving an evolved crystal for a long time comes in handy.
I shall guide you to
Because
glory.
without the evolved crystal, I wouldn't be able to win this turn.
Another of God's trials.
This is the power of the gems.
And thus my victory.
No more.
Your strength is undeniable.
So against the mirror match, pretty good. Like I said, you just play a lot of control until, you know, you can get the right top deck or right cards to be aggressive. And then we got one final matchup to check out here. So let's go ahead and get that done with the Holy Flame Tiger up there. There you go. So this time we are up against another Runecraft, if I remember this correctly. Of course, keeping the one of Radiant Crystal in hand. I only get rid of my hand if I have no crystals. If I have at least one, that's all you really need in the beginning. course, I ended up getting 2 after the draw. Line of the Golden City, I don't usually keep. Summit Temple, I don't keep that either. So I'm not really impressed with what I have at this point. I mean, I like Prism Swing. I mean, it definitely is removal. That does give me a spell that could be a follower. The rest of my hand is just a bit late, but they're not late stuff that is consistently good. Now getting Kill right there, now that was great. I was happy about that. Because that means I at least have a turn 4 play. Well, I have turn 3 and 4 at this point.
Goddess of plagues.
Oh, Sekhmet?
All for the whim of the
I
gods.
normally don't use her. But she just was very convenient at the right time in this match.
It's showtime.
All for the whim of the gods.
Got the removal right there.
All for the whim of the gods. Do you know about Scar's power? Whoa! I'm done for. Come here, sparkly stars.
Got a homeboy Kill over here.
Just where?
That easy removal.
My ultimate technique. Terroir!
Sparkle, sparkle. Ooh.
Like I said, at this point, I'm not really impressed with what I'm getting.
Are you all?
I was really worried at this point I might lose because some of the cards I got are okay, but I'm not seeing win conditions.
Wonderful
Crud.
Crud. Exactly what I thought. Get rid of Mr. Hind here. And look at that. Got Sekhmet again.
day. All for the whim of the gods.
At the right time to be good removal without having to throw a spell at him or use an Evolved Crystal. Like I said, she came out at the most random, convenient times. And like I said, I usually throw her away.
I'm done for. I knew that protecting Her Majesty from any man.
Sonya's pretty good. I had no problem using up my turn for that. I was able to deal damage and get a good shield out there. Now this was a good counter right here. Very good counter.
For a cleansing burst of flame.
The only thing that would have like sucked for them is if they would have, used that spell and not hit the 2-1 at all. But it did what it needed to do on their part. That was a good turn for them. So I made what I consider a very questionable choice. I did Forbidden Teachings. I honestly was just desperate to draw a win condition or create a win condition when eventually, so I wanted to draw a bunch of cards. It just made my next turn very awkward.
Now to trample.
Because you risk giving your opponent a free turn.
Righteousness is just
All I wanted was to
You'll see what I'm about to draw, what I'm about to create with this. So got extra cards, which is a good thing. So this is what ends up happening. Now keep in mind, I cannot play any follower this turn. So Holy Sentinel, that's okay. See right here, I would have loved to have played her, or possibly that, but probably her. But instead, I had to just kind of sit there and wait and let my opponent be aggressive.
Class.
Establish a board, I should say, and then put me on the defense. So that made my next couple of turns a little awkward.
Live freely as the birds.
Of course, one of my favorite followers.
See you tomorrow, class.
I didn't want to use my evolve crystal yet.
Like call for
You know me, I like to hoard my evolve crystals if I can.
now to trample all over you.
And yeah, they got Cagliostro quite a bit.
The earth beckons.
So here I am playing defense some more.
Don't tell me how to fight. Coming at you. You're gonna pay for this.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep Holy Lion Crystal or not, but I thought, well, it's a possible win condition.
Anyone call for
Look at that, another Cagliostro. I was like, oh, this is just ridiculous.
now to trample all over you. I was too weak.
Crush the earth beneath you.
And then, there he is, the Heavenly Aegis himself.
Allow me.
And at this point, I knew I was going to win.
I am the begetter of justice.
I am the begetter of justice. You and your Bane means nothing to me now. So at this point, I'm finally able to be aggressive. I now have the win condition. I mean, not to say they didn't do a decent job of, trying to stop me, but yeah.
Holy magic, you sick.
Good thing I got ramen in my hand.
To the lights.
Oh, well, what's this? They're not at 14? I can't kill them now because I need one more point of damage. So I can't play Ramana for the win now. But I could play Odette, which gives me a free auto evolve without having them to get an extra follower. I decided to go for board removal since my life total wasn't that great. As much as I wanted to go face with Aegis, I thought it would be better to do it this way. Now at this point, obviously I won here. Now I can do what I wanted to do last turn. But of course, they knew they pretty much lost at that point, so they went ahead and just forfeited. But yeah, there you have it. I mean, that's basically me qualifying for the Group A finals. So hopefully next time I make a video, it'll actually be me playing the finals and doing well. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised I actually got there, but things work out. So it would be nice to actually, get 5 wins in the finals and then like get that title of like champion of the most random Grand Prix out there. But I'll take it though. I'll take it with pride. I'm not even gonna lie. Because even in a format of randomness, there is a level of skill that is still required to, use this format to your advantage. So it's not 100% luck. There is a little skill that's involved in it as well, and people who know how to play well will be more successful even in a random format. I mean, heck, even rotation and unlimited, there's a level of luck and skill there too. So because some people are not lucky enough to draw the cards they need or the combo pieces or whatever. So it's a combination no matter how you look at it. But either way, this has been the Group A, and this is a completely different deck you're not supposed to see right now. But until next time, hopefully you'll see me in the finals. If not, you'll just see me for another random videos. Until then, you guys take care and keep gaming, y'all. Later.